Hi, you guys. This is Nina. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that button. Become a subscriber. I'm trying to get to 100 subbies. I would like to grow this channel, get more likes, and be able to upload and make the video like lit for everybody. Follow me on Twitter at Love Radio 44132. And if you can, don't forget to donate to Cash App. My tag is Money Symbol Nina 44132. And without further delay, you guys, I am going through my private problems with my husband. And I am trying to do my best to show what happened leading up to the imminent final divorce. Subscribe and like. I'm going to be sharing a lot of personal information. I'm not going to reveal any names, real names. So if I say a name, I'm going to tell you it's not a real name. This is my own personal experience, and this is part two. In the beginning, I met my husband around the time I was about 20 ish. I was around 20. This was back around 2000. My son was in diapers. When me and him met each other, we made very good eye contact, and immediately we smiled and we hit it off. We hit it off instantly. I will definitely say that. However, we were both in situations where we were with other people. We were not married to either of those people, but we were in separate situations. I had a young child with someone else. He had a young child with someone else. But when we met, we hit it off. And when we hit it off, it was not some kind of situation where we just like link up and just be doing like the stuff that modern, excuse me, modern people be doing. No, that's not what happened. In the beginning, we were just like, you know, go up and down the elevator, laugh, giggle, talk about stuff, the weather, our kids, you know. It was friendly, very friendly. But it didn't take that long to realize that we really did like each other. It didn't. He had a lot of charisma. He sung and he danced, and I was very enamored about how much attention he was paying me. I was not getting at home. Neither one of us made much money. We worked at jobs back in the 90s where we was making, I mean, this was back in the 90s, so I don't want no clown BS on this because minimum wages in the 90s was a lot less. We was making like what, $6, $7 at the time. Yes, this is back when cost of living, you could work full time and $6, $7 an hour full time, and you can afford to live somewhere. I just want you guys to wrap that around your head if you're a newbie. So me and him, like, literally, he would excuse me, my throat is dry. I'm trying to put as much detail into this as possible because I want you guys to understand what happened in the aftermath. And the aftermath is a doozy. and it has a lot of karma. Excuse me. Throat is so dry. So, him and I, eventually we would be like really just like, it went from like hugging each other to really just like really hugging each other. It went from like, oh hey, how you doing? A hug or, quick shake, how you doing? Walk past to really just wanting to be with each other. And it was literally because the situations at our homes was very bad. We were very young and very naive to the world at that point, and the situations that me and him were in, basically neither one of us were really feeling like we were matched, even though we had children, young children. We didn't feel like we were matched properly with who we ended up being with at that time. And when I say properly matched, I mean when me and him went home with our partners at that time, a lot of arguing, a lot of you ain't doing this, you ain't doing that, you ain't cleaning, you ain't cooking, you don't pay me no attention. It was a lot of that. But for our situation, we cared about each other a lot. We had almost like a giddy thing where, and like I said, this was back when I was 20. We had this giddy thing like where we had these young kids, and it's like, oh, we ain't really getting along with our partners. We know we had kids, they in diapers, and we don't want to be in those situations. Now, karma don't come back around till later. And I know you guys are waiting for that, but that comes way later. Way, way later. It's probably going to be several episodes of me talking to you guys about what happened before we get to the karma part and the grown up part of the situation. So, me and him actually started to have like a secret relationship, and the relationship was basically confounded to work. And I would come in on my shift. He only had about an hour, 2 hours left on his shift, and we were both struggling, but he'd come and hang out and all this, and we just had so much decadence together that I felt like we should be together. And I'm talking about after all the hugging and kissing and all this. He's a very beautiful person. Always beautiful. I thought he was so handsome. He was 25, I was 20. Or was he 24 and just turned 25? Okay, he was around 25. I was like 20. Because me and him were only like 4 years apart. So I always like, and it's like hilarious. I always called him like a senior in high school, and I was a freshman in high school because me and him were like 4 years apart in age. And to make the long story non winded, me and him really had feelings. We were both in other relationships, and the relationships we were in were bad. Okay, it was bad. We had kids at ages where we couldn't understand how to be parents. We were both immature, both of us. I had my son. My son was born when I was 19. When you're 19, you don't know shit about the world. You don't. You don't. And this was like his what, second baby with his second baby mother. and he was in diapers also. We both had sons, and he was having a hard time with her because she was leeching off of him. I was having a hard time with my son's father because me and him argue every day, literally off of just BS. I mean BS. BS. We did not know how to come to each other to talk, and it hurt the relationship. It hurted the relationship very badly. Me and my son's father were, I will honestly say at this point, me and him were never close. I did care about him. I still do care about him, but I don't care about him. Ladies, if you understand that, where you have a baby with somebody, you're so young and just stupid that you have a baby and you have the baby because you don't believe in, abortion and blah, blah, blah. And you think having a man, oh, we'll get married and, it don't work out. You young and you dumb. I was young and dumb. But I will say this, my son is, excuse me, my throat is so dry. My son is like 20 now, 2021. My son is older now, and I'm so happy he's here. I love him to death. And that's a whole nother series. But I'm glad he's here. It was a struggle, but I'm glad he's here. But getting back to what I was saying for this part two of the video, me and him hooked up. We worked together. We knew looking at each other, sparks was flying. Immediately, immediately we were attracted to each other, but we were in two different situations. I'm going to come back with part three later to describe to you what happened after that. Like, share, and subscribe. Donate if you can. This is going to be a long series. There's a lot of people that went through what I've been through, but I'm trying to back up and give you guys as much information as possible with my situation because my situation came out very nasty. Very nasty and sad. Like, share, and subscribe. Tell me about what you've been through. If you would like to talk about what you've been through, you're free to DM me on Twitter. That's the best way to reach me at Love Radio 44132. Shoot me a DM. Be safe and until the next time, you guys enjoy your evening.